Already pouring rain. A lot of areas in Puerto Rican forests are off limits. No time to feel sorry for ourselves. The bad news is we will not be able to sleep with a fire to warm ourselves. The good news is to be determined. This is Puerto Rico, an island known for its unique culture, beautiful beaches, mountainous terrains, and lush rainforests. I'm going to be staying here in the Toro Negro rainforest for the next 30 hours. However, this isn't going to be like my normal camping experience. I won't be allowed to do most of the things that I normally would be able to. So for the next 30 hours, a picnic table is going to be my home. I've brought with me minimal gear and no food or water. But my trip this week begins in southern Pennsylvania, the day before my flight, where I'm going to be taking on the 4-stage challenge, a nearly 50-mile hike that goes through Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, ending in Maryland. Hello everybody, it is about 8 p.m. in southern Pennsylvania. The sun just set. Now I'm not going to be vlogging my whole experience of this, but I'm here roughly the day before my flight to Puerto Rico to do the 4-stage challenge, which is roughly 45 miles in less than 20 hours. I'm going to be doing it with some friends. And yeah, I'm not going to document the whole hike. It's going to really suck. However, it wouldn't be a proper hike if I didn't start it with Celsius and Skittles.
But what the hell, boy?
It's been almost 26 hours since we left the hike. We had to drive back from southern Maryland up to Pennsylvania, and I still have to drive home about an hour. I'm tired, and I'm probably in some of the most pain I think I've ever been in. So yeah, we got a flight to catch. Just joking, guys. That was a joke. I'm not actually leaving you guys behind. I know you guys got worried for a second, but no, I'll bring you guys with me, don't worry. All right, so fortunately, the forest where we're at has plenty of these pink bananas right here. Woo! So these guys are edible, so I will take a few of these with me for later. And if need be, we can come back and get more, but I'm gonna have a few of these. You can see we're kind of hiking back right now. Yeah, let's see where we end up. So to absolutely nobody's surprise, it's already pouring rain. We're about 5 minutes into our trip. Hopefully the water on the screen isn't too bad either, but we are gonna go ahead and try one of these little pink bananas because I'm curious. They are very distinctly fuzzy, and apparently they're not like, their main thing isn't being edible, but for me that's the priority here. So you can see here, definitely looks banana-ish on the inside. I don't know if these are ripe yet or not, but we're gonna give it a try. It definitely has a a somewhat banana-ish flavor to it. We're gonna dig in more to see how it tastes. I don't know. They don't taste ripe, but I mean, that's not gonna stop me from eating them if I'm really hungry. It kind of tastes like the little strings you pull off the side of the banana, the fibers. It's pretty much just very fibrous, but still edible. So. Problem is here, I don't blame them for it, but a lot of areas in Puerto Rican forests are off limits. Trying to be as respectful as possible to the rules and regulations and to the environment here, while still being able to accomplish my goals. So. All right, so this is our home for the night. It's a little gazebo. We do have an excellent view. Let me show you. Check this out. So it is a beautiful view. However, I'm not sure what the hell we're gonna do for the next 24 hours. I plan on leaving around, I don't know, early afternoon tomorrow. I'll hang around, try and see if there's some fishing tomorrow, but yeah, I won't count on it. All right, so we're gonna do a quick gear layout, starting with all of our tools over here. We've got our machete, our knife, multi-tool, rope, fire starter, and then we have fishing line, tackle, and a fishing rod. However, there's no fishing here, so it was kind of a waste of space to bring this. After that, we have a headlamp. We've got batteries and filming stuff in here, as well as 2 sets of keys, one for the park and one for the car. And then in here, we've got a battery, another battery, iodine tablets, and a lighter in case of emergency. We also have our water bottle, and we have a change of clothes, which I've mostly just been using as a pillow. And then we have a hammock as well, which we actually can't set up. Hammocks aren't allowed in this freaking park, so it serves as nothing more than a glorified blanket, but it actually is quite nice to keep the bugs out. So I'll be using that to have over me while I sleep. Let me just say, it has been rough hiking today. Yeah, we put on close to 50 miles the other day, about a day and a half ago now. Actually, technically I guess 2 days ago now, because I got here yesterday and I didn't get to the campsite until today, which is Tuesday. So Sunday is when our hike ended. And I flew out Monday morning. But it's been rough, let me tell you. Like, I can feel it in my lower body. I can feel it in my feet. I'll just get random twitches almost in my feet. It's yeah, it's rough. Yep, there's a lot of areas just like this. Do not enter. So gonna have to do with what we can. We found some wood here. Hell yeah. This is exactly what we need right here. All right, we've got some water. Next thing we need to do is make it purified. So whether that's getting a fire going, I'd prefer to get a fire going to purify it rather than using iodine tablets, but I'll do that if need be. Next step is to find firewood, which is quite hard around here because everything is so wet. I found a few things so far that look promising, but I don't know if it's gonna get us a fire all night, so we'll see. As you guys can see, the wood is incredibly wet around here, so we're gonna have to set it near the fire, attempt to dry it out as much as possible. Fortunately, a lot of the inside of the wood is relatively dry. Need to try and get some tinder for this fire, so gonna try and get some wood shavings here, use those, and hopefully it works for us. All right, so we have a small little fire going here. Reason I didn't film me starting it is because actually there are campers not too far from the site, and I ran across him when we were talking for a while, and the man said that he doesn't know how to start a fire. Which it definitely, he said he had some good attempts, but it's kind of hard out here, especially being in like a rainforest where everything is wet. So he came over and for about 15 minutes kind of watched over, got a fire going. So I guess I gave a little fire making lesson. All right, put this guy right in here. There we go. All right, we got a pretty roaring boil here, close to roaring. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes before taking it off. What's for dinner, you're asking? Well, it's actually what's for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. I did that out of order. But it's fuzzy pink bananas, of course. A specialty around here. Might I add that they're still not ripe yet. So, delicious. See that right there? See all those seeds? It's like eating a watermelon with a bunch of seeds, except 10 times worse. The bad news is we will not be able to sleep with a fire to warm ourselves. The good news is to be determined. Alright guys, it's dark out. Can't see anything. It's Blair Witch Project all over again, which means it's time for me to try and get some sleep. So I'm gonna try and get some shut-eye, and I'll see you guys when I wake up. For those of you guys wondering my sleeping situation, I'm currently sleeping on the seat of a picnic table with a nylon tarp covering me to ensure that I don't get bit by mosquitoes all night, because I'm currently not capable of having a fire set up next to me while I sleep. So this is what we have to do. The birds are just trying to find love. They're just humming a tune, hoping their forever bird will come along. Aww. But it's preventing me from sleeping. And unfortunately, there's too many birds for me to go out in silence, so I'm just gonna have to put up with it.
Now it's time for what's Dom thinking. Damn, he thinks. Damn.
So I scoured this place. The rivers around the campsite have no fish in them, aside from the little ones that bite your feet for the dead skin, which was quite nice during the swim. I actually had to drive. I had to leave here and drive about 12 miles or so to a lake that I was told I could fish at. However, when I got there, the lake had barbed wire fences and warning signs to stay out, so I didn't feel like trespassing while I was down here in Puerto Rico. So I think fish is off the menu. It looks like I'm just gonna have to continue to eat these unripe pink bananas. So hopefully we can figure something out, but other than that, it might just be another night in the cold with no food. So I left the forest for about an hour earlier, to try and find somewhere to fish. And when I did that, as you guys saw, I hung up my pack somewhere out of sight in the tree line so that nobody would come along and try and steal my stuff. I'm putting iodine in water, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing. But I come back and I had left my water bottle intentionally. I was debating bringing it with me because I was like, well, I'll fill it up when I go find somewhere to fish. But then I thought to myself, well, I can just fill it up here. There's a river nearby. I can go down to the river and fill it up. So I very intentionally left the water bottle here, off to the side, and I come back and my water bottle's gone. I'm like, what the hell? And so, you know what, I looked around for a while. I assumed that maybe the rangers had come by. A ranger had come by to check it out and saw a bottle and took it back up. So I tried going up to the ranger station out of the forest, and it was closed. Eventually, I go back up after it was done raining, and I asked them, and I say, did you take my water bottle? Like, it was down there, I left for like an hour. And they're like, no, I'm sorry to hear that. As I'm walking back in to the entrance of where I come into the forest at, I see a trash can with nothing more than my water bottle sitting on top of it. So somebody had come by, taken my water bottle, and thrown it in a trash can. Unless it was me who, like, I don't know, I'm not that delirious or out of it or anything, but if I threw my own water bottle away, I can't believe it. But, so anyways, we have our water bottle back. That's it. I just got done taking a very short power nap while it rained. It was actually quite nice. I noticed as I progressively get more and more tired, this picnic table gets more and more comfortable. I figured it was only a matter of time before it started raining again. So I definitely have gotten pretty unlucky with this area in general. I mean, there's nowhere to fish, and then yeah, you can't really build a shelter. Can't have a fire wherever you want, so it is kind of a crummy experience, I'll be honest. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go and use this time to go clean up. So I'm going to take a dip in the river. I'm just gonna go in my shirt and my pants, kind of clean them off a little bit. Use this chance to kind of relax a little bit, clean ourselves. In there. A little chilly. That's all right. That is a little chilly, but it feels very refreshing. So I'm gonna swim around in here for a few minutes. You guys don't get to watch. All right, guys, how's it going? I've been here for around 30 hours at this point, and I'll be honest with you, I have no goal that I'm working towards here. There really is nothing that I can work towards. I can't build or improve a pre-existing shelter, I guess, unless I wanted to start hanging stuff up off the walls of this gazebo. I can't catch fish because there are none here. I would have to drive half an hour away. I can't cook anything because there's nothing to cook. This is essentially just me purifying water on a fire and then eating unripe bananas. That being said, I don't think there's much benefit in me staying overnight. I don't think it would be that fun to watch, and I don't think it would be that fun to do, and I'm really getting nothing out of this experience aside from what I've already gotten out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it, cut my losses, and go enjoy my vacation in Puerto Rico. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw out here, but unfortunately, there wasn't much I could do. So sorry if there's any disappointment there, but thanks for coming. You know, I find it funny, not even a 30-second walk from my Airbnb, there's more foraging to be had than there was in that rainforest. Not even 30 seconds from my Airbnb, there's more fruitful foraging to be had. Yeah. Cheers. That's good stuff. All right, so a few things as we sit with this vending machine in behind us. By no means do I want to sound completely ungrateful for this experience. There were some pros and there were some cons. You guys kind of saw the cons. The pros were, it was beautiful. It was a great time. Good to get outdoors. Another pro was getting some exposure to fire making in an environment like that where it's just so wet. And one of the final pros was actually the guy that I showed how to make a fire out there, Pedro. He works as a chef at a very nice restaurant. So I'm gonna go visit that restaurant tonight and see what Pedro can chef up. Other than that, I'm gonna enjoy this coconut and edit this video. Okay guys, what you're about to see is footage of me going to the restaurant that Pedro works at. I didn't film a lot because I really hate filming in public. It makes me feel like I don't know. I really just don't like bringing attention to myself, like via filming myself in public. So you'll see very minimal clips at the restaurant, but Pedro does make a small guest appearance. So Pedro told me there was a dress code. He told me no shorts, and he either didn't tell me or I wasn't listening, but there's no open-toed shoes as well. So I'm walking quickly to a Marshall's to get closed-toed shoes also I can go to this freaking restaurant. And I'm pissed because I even debated bringing some actual shoes, but you know, I just wear flip-flops everywhere, so that's my fault. Pedro, if you're watching this video, I'm doing this for you. Dang, bro, I'm looking fresh as hell. I got these mud junkers on the clearance rack too, and they're too big for me, so time to get to dinner. Fancy restaurant making me buy shoes just so that I can afford expensive pasta. Okay, Pedro's coming. We're gonna put him on the spot and see what he has to say for you guys.
Hello guys, nice to see you guys. I don't know what to say, I'm sorry.
I normally don't film my food, but Pedro just gave me a free fish because I didn't catch any out there, so thank you so much, Pedro. Okay, things were going great until I looked at the bill and I saw they charged me $10 for still water. $10 for water. Pedro, you work for a corrupt establishment. You need to get out of there. I want to burn the place down after that. Okay, I'm just joking. Pedro was actually fantastic. I didn't even know if I was going to get to see him there because if it was going to be busy or not, but he went the extra mile. He came out, said hi, and then he came out again and he brought me extra food. I'm like way more full than I would have been because he brought me a whole like extra entree, which was super cool of him. Pedro, it was a pleasure to meet you. It was a pleasure to meet you and your lady. And yeah, hope to visit Puerto Rico again. If I ever do, I'll come visit your restaurant. Yeah, seriously, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm glad all you guys could come along. So I will see you guys in about a month or so when I go camping in Pennsylvania.
Once that's done, we can finally
Camp with